Hello there, how are you? Today I want to talk about how you use the context of story in a resume. So how do you write a compelling resume using a story style format? So most resumes that I've seen, or that many of us have seen, are boring and bland, and they often have a long list of responsibilities and tasks. Now, hiring people don't want to see that, because what that does is actually make the resume read like a job description. Now, we already know what a project manager does, or a business analyst, or a test manager, or a CEO, or a CIO. We have the idea or know some context of what they do, and we don't want a repeat of that in a resume. What we want to see is how you made a difference, how you contributed. So when you're digging through your story, you need to focus on the wins, the achievements, the obstacles you overcame. You know, the hero's journey. All good stories have a hero and a hero's journey where something had to be overcome, right? So that's how you want to position something. So if, for example, let me see if I can give you an example. If you were someone who came onto a team, say you were a leader, you came into a project or into a company and the team was struggling, and you turned around the team. So within a space of 3 to 6 months, you had that team humming along and working together cohesively. You could write something like improved team morale as an achievement on a resume in the particular role that you're talking about, right? You could write, but does that really incite enthusiasm? Is it really compelling? Is it really going to have a hiring person go, wow, okay, improve team morale? When you start giving context or creating a bit of a story around it, you could say something like, turned around flailing project team who were underperforming by introducing one-to-one meetings, award programs, and regular team catch-ups to improve productivity by 30%. So how does that sound to you? I know if I read that, I'm going to be quite excited about that as a hiring manager, because what I can see in that short sentence is that someone came onto a project. The team was struggling because they used that word flailing project team who were underperforming. So they used words like that. Few words, but it gives me an insight into what was happening with that team. And then they improved the team's productivity by 30%. How did they do it? And they give those examples of having, the one-to-one catch-ups, the award programs, regular team meetings. Brilliant. So that gives me context, and it's not a long sentence, but it creates a bit of a story around the achievement. And context with an edge of story is always going to be far more compelling. So when you write your achievements, try to write it in the context of story, backed up by some examples of what you did and what that led to. So what it led to in this case was a 30% improvement in productivity. Brilliant, love it. Simple and easy. That's how you use the context of story to highlight achievements and make them compelling.